These are some of my best moments. I'll tell you right now. So I've got this KIZER here. Let's get the blade out. Look at this beast. Come on, man. This is a let me see it. This is a KI 540442. It's got S35BN steel, highly shiny satin finish on the blade, and it's got the titanium scale on the pocket clip side, on the lock side, and then it's got a titanium liner with like a G10 scale, and it's golf balled on both sides. And it is the big brother of this one. This is a KI 4404, and this is the KI 5404A2, but it's its big brother. Pretty cool, huh? So, what's exciting about it? Well, what is exciting is that I was able to find this one used. You don't find a lot of these. I've seen a fair piece of these. I have not seen many of these. Well, I was able to pick this one up on the secondary used, and I get to clean it up and fix it up. So there's some scratching on the blade up in here. There's a fair piece on this side of the blade as well. The the tip is chipped. I believe that's the factory edge, but the tip is chipped. The pocket clip's got some wear on it, and overall it's filthy. So I am going to do my best to bring this thing back to life. Now, on its little brother, we've got a fair satin finish here, and then stonewash on the flat here, but then the satin finish on the swedge as well. And so I may try to get to that. I'm not sure. I may just satin finish everything like it is. Yeah, so what I'll be doing is I'll take this blade off, and then I'm gonna hand finish these different angles. Yep, I'm gonna get at that. And then of course I'll resharpen it, reprofile that, resharpen it. I'm gonna pull everything apart and put it in the ultrasonic, and we'll probably start with that. Yeah, pretty cool. This one's the same format. It's all titanium, except for the pivot. Titanium liners, all of that. And I'm sure this one's going to be the same. We'll test it just to be sure. Yeah, all titanium. Titanium pocket clip, titanium hardware, titanium liner on the other side. All of it except the pivot and the blade. And I believe that even on the lock face, it's carbidized. Yeah, I don't think there's a steel insert in there. I think when we take it off, we'll see that it's carbidized. So, anyways, I think I might leave the little brother out there for now, but let's see what we got. First off, it's a beast. Man, is this thing huge. Look at it. That is a large knife, brother. Whew. Yep, very cool. Very comfortable in hand. It's got that same wonderful combat jimping going on here. It's got that Hinderesque finger guard flipper tab. Wonderful. Yep, wonderful solid grip. Here. Bonus ticks. You can get up in here. Yeah, very nice. The action on it, I'm sure it's on washers. Pretty smooth. For as filthy as it looks. No wiggle, no rattles. Yeah, this thing, built like tanks, man. Well, here we are. Let's go ahead and get in it. And I believe these are all T8s. And then that pivot, which is kind of scratched up too, man. We'll clean that up too. Clean all this up. But that pivot, I made a flat blade. Matter of fact, I think I have it here. That goes in there. But then I think I figured out that there's a size of bit driver that goes right in there versus trying to lock in with a flat blade across there. See, now I made this one right here so it fits across there. But there's a size of Allen wrench that fits right in there, I believe. And it might even be a torque that fits in there. Well, it's not that one. That one's not near big enough. Let's try the biggest one that's in the box there. It is not that big. Well, let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Because I forget where I had the right one that fit that. Too small. And that's a T25. Might be an Allen wrench. All right, let me figure out what that is. We'll get this off. Okay, well, we're going to go with modified screw bit. I checked every metric Allen wrench I had. I did not check my USA ones. But I did check the metric ones. And I couldn't find anything to fit it. So, back to the trusty. I'm just thinking this one's different because I've used an Allen wrench to get in these before. Maybe even this one. But if you look at it, see how this one, that's got some flat spots. Definitely looks like it would take a Allen. This one looks super round. Like it's not meant to take it like that one. Yeah. So I don't think it is. Anyways, I had this bit made, so no worries. Got it out of there. Lickety split. All right, we're gonna pull all of these screws. This thing's gonna come apart and get a bath. Because it's filthy. All the screws are filthy. And, this thing's definitely got some pocket time with the scratching on the blade. It's got some light use. I don't think it's been heavily used, but it's definitely been used. But that's okay. The fun part is trying to get it to where it doesn't look like it's been used. I want to pull all of that, but let's get it apart first. Yeah, everything's on lockdown, but like it doesn't know, I'm prepared. Got my little body pry bars. These things are awesome. Harbor Freight. Cheap and wonderful. Yeah, this is crusty in here, man. Ooh, yeah. All right, I want to pay attention to these washers because sometimes they have their own little function. Yeah. There's a big one and a small one. So I may have to play this back if I can't remember, but the big one is on the non-lock side. The little one is on the lock side. Now, I would assume that there's marks that are going to reveal that to me. But you know what happens when you assume. Captured pivot. It shows a captured pivot, but is it captured? Because, yeah, it's captured in this titanium scale. Yep, small one on the lock side. Okay. Well, we got to get these off. And, yeah, that lock face is carbidized. Very nice big ceramic ball in there. All right, well, let's see what's up here. See how well these are going to cooperate. Well, it turned, but didn't come loose. That one turned, did not come loose. That one is not turning. Last one we're going to try here. That one turned and did not come loose. All right, so we're going to have to grab on to all of these. Ooh. It feels like I got a piece of metal in there. I did, right there. Yep. See it? Might have to pick that out, because it's not gonna hurt or anything, but it drive me nuts, right? All right, well, we're gonna want to grab onto these. Yeah, it's already bothering me. Let's start with that back one. There it goes. One. Next. Next. It's coming. There it goes. Yeah, they all got pretty serious case of Loctite-itis, man. So that Loctite, when you put it in there, it'll ooze out, I guess. Not ease out, ooze out. And then it kind of will lock a piece into, like in this case, the scale. And the reason I know that, because I can see the Loctite around the outer edge. And we don't want none of that going on. So that's why we're getting them all out of there. We're going to clean all that up. Get this thing functional and manageable and not all gooped up. Let's try that pocket clip. How's that tension? Yeah, it needs some help. Hopefully I remember to do that. which the way that this pocket clip is, it'd probably be the last thing I put back on. So, will I remember? I don't know. And then it's got this over travel stop here that's a T6. Last piece. Last piece of the puzzle. And it had a fair amount of Loctite on it as well. Okay. So I'm going to remove the tools from the picture. And we'll get a good look at all the pieces and parts and components. I like to do that because, boy, sometimes I find myself in the end going, what, how many screws, you know, that kind of thing. And so I've got this visual if I need it. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome having digital video of everything. All right, we're 15 minutes in and just got this old dirty dude took apart. But when we come back, everything will be clean, and I'll be working on this blade. Yep, trying to get a new finish on it. And that'll be next. All right, we'll be back. Okay, there we are. Just like that. We are out of a hot ultrasonic, and it has been busy cleaning all these pieces and parts. So let's dry them off, which will give us a little better view of things. Yeah, this scale looks like brand new now. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it looks wonderful. It's not even dried out, which kind of a testament to this material. I mean, maybe it's starting to sort of look like it's drying a little bit. So maybe we'll put a light coat of oil on it. We'll see. But yeah, turned out wonderfully. What about the titanium piece? I love the multicolor anodizing that they do on these. And like a lot of knives, some of these are very vibrant and wonderful, and some of them not so much. This one's pretty vibrant. Got the blues, the golds, yellows, to purples and greens. How about it? Yeah, turned out wonderfully. I mean, I'm seeing some wear here. It's kind of shiny. And it's got some micro scratching here. But there's so much going on in that scale that I don't think it's worth bothering with. I think I'll just leave it be. Yep. To be honest, I mean, I don't mind a piece that shows a little bit of wear. I think what I'm not happy with is strictly the blade, like all the scratching on the blade. For a piece that's going to go in my KIZER collection, I'm gonna get after it. I think the little laugh is because I'm a real novice when it comes to hand finishing these blades. And so we'll see if what I do to it is an upgrade or not. Right? I'm not promising nothing. But I'm also not scared. I'm going to get after it. We'll see. I've got some ideas, and I'm going to share them with you here in a second. But let's put this blade down here, because that's coming next. All right, we do want to dry off these small pieces and parts. I think I'll just do that right on the towel that it's on. How'd that turn out? Yeah, looks good. It had a bunch of, I don't know, gook call it gook, down in the crevices, and it's all cleaned out. Turned out nice. Looks good. This had some micro scratching on the show side. Yeah, it's still visible. It's got a little bit of scratching there. Maybe I touch that up with 1,000 grit or 2,000 grit, something. Maybe. We'll see. I think the pocket clip here and the blade are what shows the most wear. Yeah, you can see there. And so, yeah, it's anodized, but this may go in the tumbler. I may just put a stone wash on that and be done with it. Which kind of makes me wonder about this blade. Do I just want to stone wash it? Because these scratches are super fine in this blade. But I haven't done a lot of hand finishing, so I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this flat. I'm kind of pinballing here. And then I'm going to work this flat because that's where 90% of the scratches are. There's a few up here on this flat, but I think I'm going to leave that be. I want to work this flat and this flat. And if I can get those fine scratches out, I'm going to be happy. Yeah, so I think that's the program there. Do I tumble this? I'm trying to think. Even this has some anodizing on it. So there's nothing here that's really stonewashed. So yeah, I'm just not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. All right, little pieces, screws. All these screws, the hardware. It's amazing how much when they're cleaned up, they look better. It improves the look on a used knife. These little screws just hold, I don't know, oils from the hand or whatever, and they're pretty funky. Okay, so I am going to get rid of this towel. Everything's dried off. Just put all of our little pieces and parts over here. There we go. Done. Sorta. Still got a little bit of work to go. All right, well, I'm going to pause again, and I'm going to get a solid direction on this, and then I'll pop back in and you can watch me do what I'm going to do to this big S35N VN blade. Look at the size of this thing, man. Whew. It's got some marks here, too, on this blade. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so over to the right of here, I've got my blade holder vise mounted to the bench. And so I've got the blade in here, and I've been working on it a little bit. And so what I have in here is 400 grit. I've got some makeshift light going here to put some good light on it. And so, yeah, right here. So I want to stay flat, and I'm working this, I think it's 240 grit is what I've got on here right now. And so, man, it's just a lot of patience, and you can't get sloppy ever, because if I do, I can run up into this flat and then cause myself a lot more work, because I think I'm going to try to not do the flat. And the reason that I don't want to do this is because of the logos. I don't want to go sanding on those. You know what I mean? So if I can just fix the secondary bevel here, or maybe this is a primary bevel, and then the final edge is the secondary bevel. But if I can just get the scratches out of it, if I can refinish it, and so yeah, it's a lot of work, man. Doing the hand finishing a blade like this, you got to commit to it, because if you don't do enough, then you leave scratches, and it's always more than you think it is. Like right now, I can look at this and I can say, I mean, I think it looks pretty good, and I think I got all the scratches out of it. Um, but I think right in here, I see some fine scratches going this way, and it had some of those. So the best thing for me to do is to just keep going for a little bit, because before I change grits, I want to make sure. And the goal here is there's scratches all over this blade now, but I want them to be 240 grit. So when I go to the next grit, see, I've got all my grits here, all the way up to 3000 grit. And so I have to get all these scratches down to the 240 grit, or this 320 grit won't be able to do its job. Yeah. So that's the goal, is to get all the scratches, the ones that were in the blade, I need them gone. And then I want to rock this 240 so that it is the only scratches on this blade. So when I go to the 320, that 320, I'll work it until everything's down to a 320. All right, well, that's the process. I'll step back in a little bit. Sorry for the wonky angle, but that's the best I can do for this. So, or right now, anyways. Maybe at some point I'll set up cameras better for this kind of stuff. But, all right, I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to do some sanding and changing grits, and we'll just keep going. Hey, before I go, let me zoom in and see if I can show you what we've got so far. Yeah. So maybe if I change the lighting, so you can see I have really run that 240 on that blade. Yep. And I actually, even just to be sure, I'll come in with a magnifying glass and see if I can see any scratches outside of the ones with the 240 grit. So that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at, and give you a little better picture of what that looks like. And it's definitely a process where it looks worse way before it looks better. Yep. All right. I'll be back. Okay. I've been at it about an hour or so now, and you can see that I have hand finished the primary bevel and this swedge, and I've done it on both sides. And if you look, you can still see there's some tiny little horizontals in there, and I have about an hour in it, and those are very just slightly visible to the naked eye. Like if I look at this with my naked eye, above the camera, which I'm zoomed in a fair piece here, I can't see those. But, of course, the magic of photography, if I zoom in there, I can see all of that. And so I'm going to keep going. I just thought I'd give an update. I'm literally an hour in, and I'm at like 240 grit. And so here's what I'm doing. A little bit of water, just a couple of fingers into a cup, and I'm adding some water. And then I'm doing long, flat strokes. Just over and over and over. And of course, there's this curve down here where the choil is cut in. Yep. This is it. Just over and over with a fair amount of pressure on there. Like, this isn't a just let the sandpaper do the work. This is some elbow grease. And when I get up on that curve, I want to try to get up on that edge. So that always adds a complication to it. But yeah, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, I could step back down. I've got some 180. That's some pretty harsh stuff. I could step back down to it and try to get a better handle on those horizontals. I'm using a baby wipe here because it's damp, and wiping that blade to get that slurry off of there so I can get a look at it. So let's zoom in. I mean, I didn't do much there. See, it didn't really affect any of those little micro scratches. So that's what I'm doing, man. Just over and over and over, continuing to work on that. Yep. Yeah, it's a process. These hand finishes, and I said it in one of the last pieces that if you're going to do this, you commit, and then it's about when you think you're good, you're not. There's a whole lot more work to be done. Let me see if I can't get some light up here where we are. Look at that. Yeah, and with the naked eye, it looks good. But man, you put the magnification of that lens on there, and it doesn't look good at all. This side looks better until you get back here in this spot, and it's pretty rough right there. But if I set it down here and I zoom out, let's zoom out a little bit. You see, that's about what it looks like to the naked eye. You know, without magnification, that's pretty much what it looks like there. You know, it's got the nice satin finish on this other flat. And so, you know, looking at it like that, it's like, oh, it's time to go to 320. And I'd say that that's correct until you see these horizontal scratches. See the little fine horizontals in there? Well, that means I didn't get those out because I'm running, or vertical, the vertical scratches. I'm running horizontal now. And so anything vertical hasn't gotten buffed out of there. So anyways, just more work, man. I love my little vise. I've got a little rag in there that holds things down, and pretty simple to function, and man, it locks it up super tight. And you can, you know, I've highlighted this before. I can turn it over and make it a normal vise, or I can go like this and go horizontal instead of vertical like that. I can lay it down. So, all right, I'm gonna keep going. Hey, so I wanted to pop in and show this. One of the nice things about a bigger block like this, I've got littler blocks as well. I've got several different little ones. But one of the things that's nice about a big block like this is, you know, after a while, man, I got arthritis in my hands. And so being able to put both hands on this block and run that on that blade helps so much. Because in the end, you're not really gripping this thing with your full hand. It's your fingers, right? Another little tip is these baby wipes are extra nice because they're cheap and I can throw them away when they get a lot of metal on them. I just throw it away and get a new one. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what I wanted to show is that, you know, at a certain point as I'm doing this, I'm up to 800 grit now. And, man, my fingers in my right hand, they've had enough. If it was up to them, they'd quit. They'd say, yeah, this march has gone as far as it's going to go. But it's not up to them. Yeah, I still got work to do here. and I'm not sure how far I'm going to take it. I do like the way that it's looking. It's looking pretty good. Let's and of course I dropped it in the rug, and now it's got hairs and fibers in there. But that's okay. Yeah, see, look at we're getting a lot of metal off here. Looks pretty good. All right, I'll pop back in. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, well, we're back on the bench, and we're as far as my hands can take it. I can't go no more. So under magnification, there's a lot of lines left in there. That is, I believe that's 800 or 1,000 grit. And overall, like from here, my eyes are 24 inches from this blade, roughly, and it'll pass the sniff test. It looks really good there. It's just really difficult to represent in a camera because boy, once a camera zooms in, it'll show your soul, man. At least that's what I think natives thought at one point, or maybe still do, man. I don't know. All right, well, I'm gonna put it back together. There's a question about this clip. What I'm gonna do here, and right now I'm just gonna put it back together on the knife, and I may do something with it at some other point. I'm not sure, but right now I'm just gonna put this back together. So let's do that. Okay, I did just polish the washers and the surface on the scales where the washers are going to ride. Is this going to force me to go in the other way? I think it is. Yep. Yeah, it's going to force me to go here and build upon this. That's okay. I don't mind. Got a little washer. Let's get some oil there. The action on this was pretty solid. I didn't have any complaints for sure. I should probably go ahead and mount. Well, the other thing I wanted to do, I did want to get after this a little bit. I've got a 3,000 grit belt here that I cleaned up those washers. I am going to clean up this pivot just a little bit. Ooh, it's got a sharp front edge on it. Almost. Videos like this tend to turn into a marathon, but you know, it is what it is, man. There was a lot of hours messing around with that blade and ultrasonic, and now this. There we go. Yeah, like a glove, or like new, I guess. All right, here we go. Back at you. Well, come on, man. Stick to the plan. Let's get these spacers mounted from one side. Take that pivot out. Take that washer off. There we go. Okay, well, I got all four of those mounted, and I've got the blade on and the other washer. And the reason I'm cutting film is because I still got to sharpen this thing, man. And this video is marathon. Where's my stop pin? There it is. Yeah, we're already at epic proportions here, so How about I just put that scale on first, that liner. There it is. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and put this pivot screw in. Hold everything in place. And I need my flat blade. Where'd that go? There it is. That ain't it. That's it. I'm going to put a screw in down here in the scale. That one's spinning. Let's try another. That one went. Let's do one more. Just get everything lined up. There we go. All right, back to this pivot. That's pretty solid. How's that action? Woo! Tight. Too tight. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Next, I can put this on, the over travel stop. Where's that screw? I'm pretty sure that was it right there. A little T6. Pocket clip. Jury's still out on you, dude. I mean, I almost could finish it like the blade and it would match. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to put a screw in it. Yeah, my hands pooped out. Like they are screaming at me, tap, bro, tap. That's enough. Yep, that screw ain't for that. Must be this one. This one looks different. It's a little fatter. Yep. Nice. One more. A couple of these need help, so I'm gonna go ahead and handle that right now. There ain't no sense going any further. Might as well put these on lockdown and get them all tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. And another one. This is the last one down here. And it's tight. Let's check this side just to be sure. Okay. Blade centered. All right, I'm gonna do some sharpening, and I'm gonna leave these thumb studs off because it makes it easier for me to sharpen. But I'm gonna do some sharpening, and then we'll wrap this video. Be right back. Okay, you ready for the big reveal? Ta-da! There it is, man. Yep. Mirrored up that edge. Got it all put together. Let's talk about the action. Run through this thing pretty quick here. So, I mean, this is a really big knife. Don't forget, this is the big brother of the, what is this? The KI4404. And then, of course, this big brother is the KI5404A2. So, I don't know, Big Daddy. Yep, pretty cool. I mean, washers, I polished them up. I polished up the scales. And it's basically drop shut. Reverse flip. Yeah, I mean, all of it functions. Anything difficult about functioning this knife is just because it's large. This is it is a big bruiser of a knife, man. Yep. I mean, for a washer knife, I'll give it an A level. I mean, it's an A minus. Solid as a rock. I mean, it's an absolute tank. What a beast of a knife. Yep. Ergonomics. Yeah, I mean, really hinder risk, man. It's got that wonderful flipper tab that's also a finger guard. I mean, I know a lot of people see it and they go, oh, I'm grinding that off. I mean, you wouldn't grind it off a hinder, would you? I don't know. Let me put it this way. I get it. Aesthetically, it's just not going to float some people's boat, but I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I love the ergonomics on these. This one's just massive. Does get bonus ticks. I can get here with this grip, and it is a powerful grip, man. I mean, I'm locked in. It's completely got my palm locked in there. I mean, I wouldn't want to stay like this for hours, but to just get some work done, wonderful. Yep. Run that pocket clip real quick. I think it's the same pocket clip. Yeah, except on this one, it's not reversible. It's only tip up. Yep. Or tip down. Yeah, it's only tip down on this one. This one gave you the option. You can go tip down or tip up. Let's check it. Thick stuff. Yeah, 100%. It's got a crazy look sticking out of there with the aqua green, blue. Yeah, pretty cool. Standard jean size material. I mean, the knife is so big and heavy, that pocket clip probably needs a little more tension. If I was going to put that in the back pocket, I mean, it's cool sticking out of there, and it represents it well. It is a big, formidable, yeah, come on, man. All right, I mean, I don't think it'd be too hard to put a little tension on that. Safety. Wonder if we can touch the blade anywhere. Nah, lots of backspacers and stuff going on there. And the tip is nicely recessed below the little rise right here. So clip's okay, tip's good. I can handle this knife any way I want as long as it's closed and the knife is safe. It's got nice little detents on the bottom, But for sure, I can throw that blade out. It's just too big. Yeah, it's big. Look at the size of the stock on that. It's legit. Let's check the lock. Yeah, that lock's not failing, man. I mean, I drill all the way to China to get me a new one. I did sharpen this up. Let's see how I did. Yeah. It's got a nice convex edge on it. Tough. Polished up. It's beautiful. Wonder if I can see these numbers in a reflection. Yeah. Yeah, that's satin finish too. You can see. It's interesting because when you look at it, um, with magnification, it's not that gorgeous. But naked eye, I mean, it turned out pretty nice. It's got a nice little hand satin finish on there. I might have went and I've done this several times. I go one or two grits too many, and it creates a nice satin finish, but it doesn't really show off the fact that it's got a hand finish on it. But yeah, it turned out well. I really liked the piece. I did oil the scale ultimately. Put a little oil on a microfiber and oiled it up. I mean, come on, man. It completed my set. You complete me, bro. Pretty cool. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching the marathon. Pretty neat.